Your audio settings are all mostly right up here. There are two separate audio channels onto which you can record. You can record a mic from somebody and another from somebody else and have each one on their own channel. Then when you go to edit later, you can manipulate each audio channel separately. The inputs for these are right over here on this side. These are two XLR inputs. To plug an input in, just line up the holes and push in until it clicks. To release, push this release in and then pull the connector out. This mic that comes with the camera is connected into one of these, so you could also plug in another mic or a feed from an audio mixer. There is also a mini input that can accommodate a microphone with a mini plug and a built-in mic in case you're really desperate. Setting the levels for those needs to be done via the menu, and also note that they don't work when something is plugged into the XLR inputs. Also under this little door is the headphone jack, so that you can monitor your audio. So here's how to set up your audio. First, make sure you have a mic plugged in. Now take a look at these audio input switches. There's one for each of the inputs, and the choices are line, mic, and mic plus 48V. What those refer to is what type of input you have going into your XLR inputs on the other side. If you're taking a feed from an audio mixer, you'll be getting a line feed, which means it's pretty high powered, very loud. To accommodate that, you can put this switch onto line and the audio will sound good coming into your camera. If you have the switch on mic, it'll sound all because it's just too powerful a signal for a mic input, and yeah, you'll notice that it sounds pretty bad. For a mic with a battery, you would put your input onto mic. And for a mic without a battery that needs phantom power from the camera, which is that 48V, then you put it on that mic plus 48V setting. The mic that comes with this camera doesn't have a battery, so in order for this mic to work, you need to put its input on the mic plus 48V. Now here are the controls for setting the audio levels on input 1 and input 2. When you record audio, your audio levels should be set so that they're neither too loud nor too soft. The easiest way to do this is to just flip this switch over to auto, and the camera will adjust your audio levels for you. End of story. The downside to this is that levels are apt to change a lot if there are silent moments. Suddenly that air conditioner across the room suddenly becomes loud. When you have instances like that, it's best to probably run your audio on manual. Here's how to set the levels manually. First, flip the switch to manual for the input you want to set. Then twist the little knob to set the level. 0 is no audio and 10 is as loud as it can be. In the viewfinder, you'll see the little LED lights bouncing across the screen. Those are a representation of the audio levels. The further to the right the lights bounce, the higher the audio levels. While watching the levels in the monitor, twist the knob to make the LED lights bounce as far to the right as possible without becoming red. If your levels start getting red, then your levels are too high and you need to back off a bit. If your levels are not loud enough, you may end up getting a lot of hiss on your soundtrack when you bring up the audio in the editing room. If the levels are too hot, in the red, then your audio may become distorted. This switch over here dictates what goes on to audio channel 2. If you put it onto input 1, whatever is recorded on channel 1 will be recorded on channel 2 as well. If you put it on channel 2, then it is its own separate channel and it will record whatever you have going into input 2.